This video continues the development of the title sheet for the affordable home construction documents. And here I am back in the affordable home site plan with the renderings that I've created from before. So here is the rendering that I've had. You can see the house was there. It was not linked in this file. And what I'm going to do now is, since I've already created the affordable home site plan, and actually I need to open up the affordable home file. But within the site plan, before I unlink the house from the site, I went ahead and created these two renderings, which I did the house on the site rendering off of the recording. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to right click, very similar to what I did before, is I'm going to say copy to clipboard. Then I'm going to go to the affordable home file, and then from the modify panel I'm going to choose paste from clipboard. And that's going to bring that rendering into this file, and it'll be here under the renderings category to be used. At this point, our site plan can be closed down. We can close down any files going with the site plan. I will save any changes that I made to it. And here, now we're just in the affordable home design file, and I'm going to close this with the rendering. But I can now bring this house on site image onto the sheet. I can resize it and look at how to best lay out our project documentation. Don't forget about your view labels, as well as anytime you make changes, again, you have to click on the image above. Gives you that little blue dot to shorten those lines and provide those. So I'm going to go ahead and set these up as such. As we prepare for the rest of this, for this title sheet, I'm going to go to the Annotate tab, and I'm going to go ahead and choose the text option. So from here, I want to create a title. So I'm going to go ahead and draw in a text box. I'm going to zoom in right now, and if I need to make a change, I can do so, but I'm going to go ahead and call this by the name of the project. This is Project 231. Affordable Housing Design in all caps. I can hit close, and if I hit cancel twice, then I can go ahead and see where I can move this text around. I can also shorten the text box if needed by dragging on the blue dots, and I can also move it with the four-headed arrow or anything as such. I'm going to go ahead and double click inside of the text box, and from here I can bold as well as do any changes just like in the Microsoft Word editor. I'm going to go ahead and click out of the box though, and I can change the type of text to go to like a 1/4 inch Arial, which could be a good text size for this sheet. Now that we've seen, kind of get to see how big or how much of a size that this is going to take up. So you're going to see this is going to probably not fit so well, but we will go through and we'll kind of make a few other little changes here. I might have to check the actual text size, make sure that that is correct. Let me edit the type. So actually this is, even though this is named a 1/4 inch Arial, it is set to a text size of a 1/2 inch, so that's what I was kind of thinking. Let's change that to 1/4 inch if you need to make that any different. And then there's our 1/4 inch designation as we need. Let's go ahead and just place in another text option. Up here in the upper right hand corner of the sheet, we will go ahead and put in the sheet index, and we'll do A101, which will end up being the title sheet with site plan. A102 will be elevations. A103 will be the floor plan. A104 will represent the cross sections. And A105 will represent the schedules. And the last couple items we'll deal with for A106 will be the electrical plan. A107 will be the plumbing plan. The title for the sheet index will be bold and underlined, and I can close. And from here, I'm going to hit cancel a couple times. Selecting the text box once, I can bump this up to a 1/4 inch Arial and see what this size looks like. Looks like the text size is still properly represented, and I can go through and kind of make sure that this is all going to show up on each one of the sheets will show up on one line. If you go through and see that there is a text size, for example, I would like this title to be a little bit larger, and what I would like to do is I can always hit edit type, and I can duplicate the text type that is there, and let's say that I want to go ahead and choose a different text size. So maybe we would want to do something between maybe about 3/8, something between a 1/4 inch and a 1/2 inch. And I can say OK. And in order to change the text size, I do that in this box for the text size, 3/8 of an inch. And so you can always increase the sizes of those, and that's going to be kind of what happens here. But again, if we need to, we can always, let me try to edit the type. We always want to try to fill the page and make sure it is very clear and open to see what we're looking at. So we'll do a 1/2 inch Arial and see what this looks like. See if I can get this to work out. Okay, as far as this goes, let me try to, if I can always hit enter to try to go through and place this on here. So I think this is going to work pretty well for affordable housing design. Looks like maybe that if I switch these two views, this may work a little bit better if I do this. And so there's always some decisions you have to make as you're setting up for your design drawings and everything, and just kind of see how that's going to work. Let me see if I can get this to fill the page a little bit more. All right, so I think this for our title sheet is going to look pretty good as far as what we kind of have available alignment wise. For our text note, I think I got to do a single click on this. So I can go ahead and center this and then make that show up a little bit better onto our project. The only other thing that we'll probably need to add is under the Annotate tab is a symbol. We lost our north arrow on our site plan, so we could always go through and I'll choose north arrow 1. We can always go through and note that right up here by our site plan there. We lost that when we took off the generic annotations in the first video, but this should go through and have our title sheet represented for our affordable housing project. Shows your site plan and also goes through and has the address on there, as well as the rendering of your site plan elements that you modeled for the project. So this video concludes the title sheet. Look at the next video to show you how to set up for the elevations drawing, and we're just going to continue to work through each sheet and prepare for submission.